Hi everyone, I am Jack Red, and you all know I'm a Sonic fan, so I'm going to do a refill on all the cartoons that is in the Sonic franchise. I'm going to start from the very beginning and go all the way up to the recent tie-in that they made for Sonic Unleashed. So, you all know I love Sega, and this is just something I had to do out of respect for the franchise, as well as the Hedgehog, so let's get this. The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. This was released in 1993, 2 weeks before Sonic the Hedgehog, otherwise known as Saturday Morning, since it came on Saturday mornings. This one came on weekdays on NBC, as the other one came on ABC. I get that a little confused. I know a lot of people can get that confused, but this is a really good show. It is Hedgehog crazy. I can see how a lot of the points that the nostalgia crew actually said is true, but you forget one thing though. It depends on who that person is, if they're going to like it or hate it. In this case, I kind of like it. My friend Charles is loving it. I know Cornjack loves this show. I don't see anything wrong with it, to be honest. I just think they did a good job with the slap comedy, making this like close to the Sonic games, having a lot of references. So I gotta say, this was a damn good Sonic cartoon. You got to get into this. And yeah, for overall, I love the show. I've seen all the episodes. Let's go into our next. Alright, now we got Sonic the Hedgehog, one of the best Sonic shows I have seen, and overall one of the best animated Sonics you'll ever see. Out of the three by Deke, this was one of the best, and I think it was the best out of the three, and this show had it all. It had like a well-written storyline, interesting characters, you see more of Sonic, even though you see a lot less of Tails compared to the first one, it was still a damn good show. They had a lot of plot twists. And overall, I have to say that they had a terrific voice for Dr. Robotnik. Everyone was right where they're supposed to be. So with that being said, I'm afraid to tell you this, that the next one I flat out dislike. Well, so I'm going to try not to go so controversial with this one. It is a really bad show. Let me show you what I mean by doing it. Alright, now we got Sonic Underground, the worst out of the three. This show sucked for numerous reasons. You don't see that much of the Freedom Fighters. You don't actually see that much of Tails. In fact, Tails is not even in this. Instead, we got Knuckles the Eater, who only appears in 4 episodes. I'll make sure you can see that. 4 episodes. Are you freaking insane? And yeah, they screw up a lot of things with this one. I gotta say that this is a disgrace. It is horrible. I can't even believe some people actually like this show. It is just bullshit. They put the first 2 shows together with a dumbass prophecy about a rock band trying to find their mom and stopping Dr. Robotnik. They could have come up with something a lot better than that. And the shocking thing is, Sega actually wanted this one to be actually made in time for the Sega Dreamcast, the movie. And, you know, they tried really hard to get everything put into epical portions. But due to the failure of the Sega Saturn, that's why it sucked so much ass. Can you actually believe Sonic actually got a movie around the time of the Sega Dreamcast and Sonic Underground? Well, this movie was actually pretty damn good. It was OVA, 2 episodes put together to be a movie. This was pretty good. You got Metal Sonic, you got Dr. Eggman, and his appearance from the Sega Genesis console. You know, you just got it all. You even get to see Tails and Knuckles together for the first time. And I gotta say, this was a damn good movie. A lot better than that shitty Super Mario Bros. Movie. Now, this is one thing that Sonic does, what Mario don't. So, let's go into the next one, and I warn you, the next one can have some controversy with the dub, the American dub, even though the Japanese version's been considered to be way much better, way more adult, and shit like okay, now Sonic X. This was a pretty damn good anime. I'm trying to get more into it, you know, and it's pretty close what it's supposed to be. I have to say, to the games, it is closest to the games than any other Sonic animation has been before. So, all I have to say is that there is a problem with the dub or whatever, and yeah, and some people actually prefer the original Japanese version since that's more adult. That seems to be more like the games and shit like that. Well, I can understand their move to make it kids. I mean, you gotta figure the network it's on, so. Let's go into the last one I have on my list. Night of the Werehog. This is very short. It's basically about Chip and Sonic go into the haunted house. They face two ghosts, and at the end, those two ghosts got their ass kicked by Sonic the Werehog, and then in the end, he gets a picture taken what appears to be Chip, but it actually was the girl ghost that the two ghosts were trying to impress. Wow, what a twist. So I gotta say for this one, they gotta make more Sega movies like this. This is pretty damn good. It's definitely one of the best, and technically it is the second Sonic movie ever made in the history of the franchise. Now, I'm going to bring up facts I didn't bring up before to make this refill a little more interesting. I'm actually going to start with the first one, The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. In The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, you basically got like the Chaos Emeralds. You had the four of them, where one of them's invisibility, immortal, and then you got one where it give life. And then there was one actually unrelated to those, where it was on the ring and it could flood the planet. What the hell, man? That was one complaint I had against the show. The other one was this: the Christmas special sucks. It sucks. It is the worst episode they ever made. Made 2 years after the well, actually 3 years after the show ended. Which also is surprising to me, because I was expecting a little better with it, but I guess they couldn't do it better. So let's go on to Sonic the Hedgehog. Originally, The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog was supposed to have a second season, but it was dropped because Sonic the Hedgehog was given the second season, even though that too actually ended on a cliffhanger. Basically, the cliffhanger for this one actually was the first one to end with a cliffhanger. Basically, it was supposed to basically have that wizard come back as the main villain. Dr. Bonnick and Snidely would come back. Even the king, you know, it would have been a little better. That's what those red eyes in the end is. You would think it would be Metal Sonic or Knuckles, but no, it was neither. It was this wizard. So, with that being said, let's go into Sonic Underground, which I really fucking hate. Now, with Sonic Underground, they do have the Chaos Emerald, but they fucked it up there too. Okay, it's basically 1/3 the size of, you guessed it, the Master Emerald. And surprisingly, it actually has one thing in common with the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. It's all green. That's right, the ones in Sonic the Hedgehog are all green. Here, it is green. What is special about the color green, god damn it? Why? Oh, why? And let's talk about this prophecy. Why did they have it so on that? And then on a cliffhanger too, they never did find their mom. You know, it's just ridiculous. It is really bad. You know, I gotta say, when I talked to this, to a fan at Ocon, when I brought up the bad news about Knuckles, he's like, oh god, I'm glad I never seen that show. So, let's go into Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Okay, with the movie, didn't really fuck up a lot, so I'm happy about that. The only thing I gotta say, I forgot to tell you, is it actually came out the same day as the Sega Dreamcast, but it also came out the same day as Sonic Adventure. What the hell? You know, you would think this would be a bad thing, right? But no, this is actually a good thing. We got 3 good things for Sonic in 1999. But we got one bad thing in there, and that was the third Sonic cartoon, but I don't really give a shit. This movie made up for that garbage. Sonic X, the only thing I just say I forgot to tell you is, they got everything right on most of the circumstances, the voices, and most places, you know, they're good, but I guess there's not really a lot I can say, except the whole second season is actually based on 3 Sonic games: Sonic Adventure, Sonic Adventure 2, and Sonic Battle, even though it's not really that much based on Sonic Battle. But that can be also said about the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic the Hedgehog for having pinball-styled episodes, which is a big reference to Sonic Spinball. You know, why would they reference that? I don't know. But in the Christmas special for the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, they actually referenced Sonic 3D Blast, which is one of my favorite games on the Sega Genesis of all time, even though not a lot of people actually like it. And finally, Sonic the Werehog, there's not really a lot I can say, rather than they made this, you know, to just tie in with Sonic Unleashed, and there's no dialogue. This is the first Sonic animation to not actually have any dialogue, and they had some great sounds for this, and some great music. I like this a lot, and I'm Jack Ready to be doing